What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 easy steps that you need to take in order to tame your bearded dragon. And now, this may seem like an impossible thing to do, especially if you have some crazy bearded dragons like I do. But I promise you, if you follow these 3 easy steps, you too can eventually tame your bearded dragon. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. Okay, so just like anything in life, things take time. Don't expect to get your bearded dragon tamed right away, especially if you just got your bearded dragon. It's gonna take a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, and in my case, it's taken me a couple of years to get my bearded dragon to even just like me. So if you already have your bearded dragon, you know, on your shoulder or chilling with you, then that's already a great step into the right direction. But step number 1 is going to require you to interact with your bearded dragon the very first couple of weeks that you get your bearded dragon. Now, most of the times on the internet, you'll oftentimes read or even watch videos on people letting you know, don't touch your bearded dragon when you first get them. Just let them be, let them settle in. And even though that is very important, you can still show your bearded dragon that you are there present with them. Simply by walking by their enclosure or even just putting your hand inside of the enclosure to move stuff around may allow your bearded dragon to kind of get used to you while you actually interacting with them. Now, you don't want to overdo this because you do want your bearded dragon to settle in, but you do want your bearded dragon also to know that you exist and that, you know, you're not there to harm them. Now, these steps are gonna probably take you about a month to perfect, and if your bearded dragon still doesn't like you after this month, you might have to take some other approaches, and I'm definitely gonna be posting more videos to target those topics as well, so be sure to subscribe. So let's get on with the first step. Now, during this month of getting to know your bearded dragon, the very first weeks are very important. And like I mentioned, allowing your bearded dragon to settle in is very important for not only them, but also, you know, allows you to just appreciate them from a distance. And, you know, even though you've been probably waiting for a bearded dragon for a very long time and you want to hold them, you need to learn their behaviors and what they are like when you are near them. So you want to take baby steps. So I would say the very first 2 weeks, you are slowly doing things inside of their enclosure. Maybe you're cleaning after them, providing them food, and just seeing how they respond. And if you notice your bearded dragon freaking out right straight off as soon as you put your hand in their enclosure, then you might need to expand this time a little bit more and give it another week to see if your bearded dragon is getting used to you. But if you notice your bearded dragon completely chill and eating off your tongs, even eating off your hands and getting super comfortable with you, then you could move on to step number 2, because you are off to the right steps and off to the right direction. It definitely helps to get a bearded dragon that comes from a good breeder and not just a random bearded dragon from Kijiji or Craigslist or on the internet that you don't know where they came from, because you don't really know how they've been kept. Most of the times when a breeder has a bearded dragon, they will take the time to handle them as well as interact with them. That way, when they go to customers or they go to their new homes, they already are slightly tamed, and now they just need to get comfortable with their new owners. So step number 2 now comes down to you taking your bearded dragon outside of their enclosure. So if everything is going on board, then this is usually going to fall on week 2, week 3 of you first getting your bearded dragon. So now you're able to take your bearded dragon out. And when handling a bearded dragon, you definitely want to support their body. You don't want to hold them by the tail. You don't want to hold them by the limbs or by their neck. You want to gently hold them. It helps to hold them close to your body, but if your bearded dragon's freaking out, or maybe you're freaking out, then holding them over, you know, a soft surface like a bed or a couch will definitely help. In case the bearded dragon decides to jump and run off, at least it's gonna jump on something soft. So you definitely want to hold them, interact with them, look at them, and if they're not freaking out, then you could, you know, potentially start putting them on your shoulder or, you know, putting them on the bed and maybe petting them. But if you notice them freaking out, adjust how you're handling them, wait until they calm down, and then place them back inside of the enclosure to kind of just let them chill and let them know that, hey, I'm not here to hurt you, I'm not here to harm you, and repeat the process until you notice your bearded dragon not wanting to hang out with you. Then maybe that's a sign for you to back off and not, you know, go on with this step. But usually step 2 usually goes good, especially if your bearded dragon in step 1 was already comfortable with you. It's gonna allow you to hold them. Now, there is so many more steps to tame your bearded dragon, but the very first month I find to be very crucial, as well as, you know, something that you could practice, you know, every single month and get better and better at it. The most important thing is to get your bearded dragon super comfortable with you. So step number 3, and this one here is very important for you to not only do, but to stay very consistent with it, because now what you're going to be doing is feeding your bearded dragon outside of the enclosure. Now this could go both ways. This could either be a success and your bearded dragon runs towards you, eats with you, and eats on pretty much command, or the bearded dragon is just gonna run off. So you want to prepare something comfortable like a bed and see if your bearded dragon would eat outside of its enclosure. Now that you've gained your bearded dragon's trust in step 1 and your bearded dragon is now comfortable with step 2, now you can move on to step 3, and that is to build a stronger bond with your bearded dragon. Now, if you haven't succeeded with step 1 or step 2, I would not do the next step. But if you have, then now you could take it, you know, a little step further and give them a little bit of that enrichment and that bonding time that bearded dragons definitely need, especially if you want your bearded dragon to be tamed. So the next step is to feed your bearded dragon outside of the enclosure. Now, oftentimes you see feeding videos with bearded dragons inside of the enclosure, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that is their home. So the ultimate test to see if your bearded dragon is bonding with you is to get them outside of their element and to see if they will still respond with kindness and kind of that interest of food. Because let's be honest, a bearded dragon is not gonna eat if it doesn't feel comfortable. So this isn't so much to feed your bearded dragon, as you should be feeding your bearded dragon on a schedule, but this is to give your bearded dragons treats and to see how they respond outside of their element, outside of their enclosure. So oftentimes you'll see my bearded dragon Blue and Loki kind of go a little bit psycho. They don't know what's going on, but they will still eat their treats, and it will allow me to still bond with them. And like I said, you want to make sure you're succeeding with step 1 and step 2 before taking this step, because by putting your bearded dragon somewhere where they are not used to could just be a mess. They will just, you know, freak out, and it would not be a great experience for your bearded dragon. But if you're giving your bearded dragons treats outside of their enclosure, it kind of gives them that encouragement to want to stay outside of their enclosure because they're getting food, but also gives you a great opportunity to bond with them by petting them, by interacting with them, and being around them. Making these videos with my bearded dragons definitely helps me to bond with my bearded dragons, as you know, when I take them outside of the enclosure and I'm interacting with them, you start seeing them mellow down and get used to me, and it's a great way for me to bond with them as well. So hopefully these 3 steps help you out. If you feel like you're stuck, reach out to me and ask questions. You could DM me on Instagram at _LordofLion. But definitely let me know in the comment sections down below any questions you guys may have in regards to any reptiles, and I'll try to answer it either in a video form or, you know, message in the comment section down below. But with that being said, hopefully this video helped out. I'm Lord of Lion. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit it right, hit all night, hit hit it right. Hit. Oh, now you gotta hit that notification.